I think it's hard to cope with chronic busyness. We have so many things to attend to, so many tasks to tackle. It creates inner chaos, which sooner or later will manifest as outer chaos. And we end up living in something like this. While we really want to have a beautiful, happy, and comfortable home where we can be ourselves, be creative, and be relaxed. We want to play with art, colors, and accessories, but we don't really want to organize, declutter, and deal with all the stuff. And so it accumulates, dragging us down. I'm Natalia Kaylin. I am not a professional organizer. I'm a Feng Shui designer, but some of my clients are dealing with clutter issues, so over the years I can see how clutter influences people. And I also witnessed some incredible transformations that can happen if they deal with this issue from the perspective of energy and psychology. If you are tired in living in a chronically cluttered, chaotic environment, this video is for you. I will share my unconventional strategies which work so well for my clients. Some of it might be shocking and hopefully revealing to you. You don't need to know any Feng Shui to make it work for you. And if you stick around to the end, you will see the bigger picture of this method and it will make total sense. And you may think that you don't have much clutter. It is very rare that people don't have it. I thought for years that I don't have it. I declutter regularly, but at some point I realized that some of my closets were totally stuffed with things that I kept putting there because I didn't want to deal with it at that time. And when I went through all of this stuff and realized that I don't need it anymore, I let go of most of it. And I felt so much more creative, freer, and lighter. I still remember the feeling decluttering is good for you. So let's start from how clutter influences us. It's good to know the devil, right? It's well known that clutter produces stress and anxiety. You come home, open the door, and if you are welcomed by clutter, there is message there that there is a lot to do. You cannot relax. You feel agitated and irritated. If it keeps accumulating, people may lose self-confidence, motivation, and creativity. As a result, some become isolated, some even become depressed. The common thing almost everyone has when there is too much clutter is low vitality and low motivation. Some people would put weight that they cannot lose. And then this inner state of stress and chaos manifests even further into an outer chaos. And people are caught in the loop that is very hard to break through. But the good thing is if we can also see what can happen when people finally get the motivation to declutter, organize, and lighten their load. So let us look at your home from the energy perspective. Entryway is where energy comes and distributes throughout the house. If it's cluttered and disorganized, the energy cannot move freely and nourish the rest of the house. It is stuck right there at the entrance, and it makes you feel stuck, unwelcome, and stressed. So this is where I most often recommend starting your decluttering process. It is so much worth it to spend time and review your entryway organization system. I give some good examples of entryway organization and decor in my video, Entryway Design Ideas plus Feng Shui Tips. I will link it in the description box below for you. The next important area where clutter accumulates and influences you strongly is either your kitchen or your bedroom. It is slightly different for different people. Let's look at the kitchen first. Often the kitchen is referred to as the heart of a home. You want to feel relaxed and in a good mood, especially when you cook. The trend now is to hide every single appliance in the cabinets, so the surfaces are completely free. If your kitchen is big enough and you can do it, great, go for it. But for most of us, this ain't going to happen. Normal people with average size kitchens just cannot do it. I wouldn't have mail or things that do not belong in the kitchen on the surfaces. And small items should be able to fit inside of the cabinets. But all of the appliances, most of us cannot hide. And some of them, like KitchenAid mixer, look pretty nice in the kitchen. The main clutter spots are the fridge and the pantry. Sometimes there is so much stuff that we can't even see anymore what's there and keep buying new food. When the energy in our kitchen is flowing freely and unobstructedly, you will feel not only happier but healthier and also more social. The bedroom is your personal sanctuary. If your bedroom is cluttered, it will negatively affect your relationship and your sleep. It's hard to have intimacy and open to each other in a place like this. Our energy is open and vulnerable when we are asleep. Having too many things on our nightstands or shelves, including medicines and books, prevents us from fully letting go and having a restful sleep. Besides, things collect dust, which may trigger our immune system response, and therefore allergies and inflammation. The fewer things we have in a bedroom, the better our ability to get deeper sleep and better rest and better sex too. When our bedroom is filled with beautiful energy that can move freely, we feel safe, nourished, and rested. Living room is where you want your family together and have a warm, welcoming, and uplifting vibe. If it is cluttered, it is not going to be inviting for people to spend time with each other, so your family relationships may suffer. If you have a clutter-free, well-functioning living room, we can connect with each other and our children better. There are more tips on how to place your furniture and decorate your living room in my video Feng Shui and Mindful Living Room, designed for harmony and connection, which I will link in the description below for you. And I would love to hear from you in the comments section below about your experiences with clutter and whether any of what I'm talking about makes sense to you. Now, let's get into more esoteric part of Feng Shui. Some of you might be familiar with the so-called Bagua, which is a Feng Shui map of the home. You can superimpose it on your home's floor plan, just like this. This map shows how different areas of your home relate to specific aspects of your life. For example, the east part of your home corresponds to family and health. If this area is cluttered, these aspects of your life might suffer. The southeast part relates to prosperity and wealth, southwest to relationships, and so on. The idea is if we want to improve these areas of our life, we want to make sure that the chi energy in these areas of our home that corresponds to these directions is flowing freely and it's not stuck or stagnating. In fact, we want to enhance these areas. We want to uplift the energy there. But this is the next step. Decluttering comes first. I feel you are guessing where I am going with this. If there is clutter, energy is stuck. It is stagnating. And the corresponding aspects of our lives are stagnating and suffering as well. When I point this out to my clients, usually their eyes lit up with hope. Now they are motivated because who wants to clear clutter for the sake of clearing clutter, right? But if you know what area of your life it affects, you want to fight for it. You want to get the energy moving there again. Now let's put it all together. Let's say someone is having problem with family relationships. I always look at their living room and at the room that is in the east part of the house. As you remember from the Feng Shui map, the east relates to family and health. And if someone is having problems with their health, I look in the east room, also kitchen and bedroom. I look for visible clutter and invisible clutter. Remember the story about my closet. It was invisible clutter. When people are having problems with their relationship, I look at what's going on in the southwest part of their home and their bedroom. Is there any broken or unloved furniture? Is there a half-dead, suffering plant? Or anything else that might be bothering them? Similarly, when people are stuck with a career, not getting a promotion they deserve, I look at what is happening at the entryway. Entryway corresponds to new opportunities to come in. Also, I look in the north and southeast room of their house. Is there a guest bedroom for example, that became a dumping ground? Is there a garage full of things that they cannot park their car anymore? Is there a broken clock in the north or southeast room? If people address the clutter issue from this perspective, it always works amazingly well. I can share so many success stories. I remember a woman who was a business owner. She was single, overweight, and stressed. She first decluttered her entryway and areas that correspond to her career and relationship, and after that she implemented my Feng Shui recommendations. But for her, it was more a decluttering issue and where to start. A few months later, she wrote to me, "Business is so busy, I'm having a hard time keeping up. I am hiring an assistant to help me out. I have lost about 10 pounds and continue to drop. And I am in a wonderful relationship now." Hope you enjoyed the video and got some insights on how to work with clutter energetically and especially where to start. I would really love to hear your stories dealing with clutter and how it influenced you. It's a juicy topic. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you soon.